Y'all miss me today? Sorry for the delay. I was at Northwest Stadium from leaving the house at 7:30 a.m., getting home at about 7 to 7:30 p.m., and I needed to eat dinner with my son before he went home. So me, his grandfather, and him just had a little din-din, a little carry-out, a little victory Sunday night carry-out. Washington back victorious. No Jaden Daniels, no problem. Let's get it. What it do, Washington Commanders Nation, family, gang? How was your Sunday afternoon today? Mine was fantastic. Mine was amazing. The vibes were absolutely immaculate. My son is now 1-1 attending Washington Commanders games, 1-0 since he became an avid fan and started learning the sport. Before I get going, I want to say some thank yous and some gratitude and some appreciation. Shop with Charles, my brother, for the tickets today. I appreciate you for the tickets to the game. My son had one of the best days, and he lit up like no other, spending the entire day at the stadium, showing him what the tailgate experience was like, and sitting in those phenomenal 50-yard seats to watch us put belt to absolute Raider ass. Amazing day. Shout out to my guy, Reese Ludwig, who I met for the first time today, for the parking pass, for giving away the tickets to some friends. Appreciate you. And you and your crew meeting y'all today. That was phenomenal. JQ in the chat. Shout out to JQ in the chat, because JQ gave my boy a signed holographic Jaden Daniels rookie card. That is absolutely amazing. I appreciate y'all showing love. Everybody who showed my son some love today, made that boy feel like a main character, pulled up on him instead of me and said, "You're little Rio, ain't you?" Thank you to every single one of y'all. Shout out to today's sponsor, Sleeper and SeatGeek as well. How are y'all doing on this Sunday night? The feeling has been restored. Our offense is back offensing again. Lucas McCaffrey scored a touchdown today. Debo, for the third week in a row, almost took a kick back to the crib. Jalen Lane took a punt back for a touchdown. And acorn head body catch bandit Terry Mclaurin got caught at the 1-yard line again. But we don't care. He's finally arrived to the 2025 season. Let's go, baby. Let's go, baby. The vibes are back. I feel immaculate again. Literally the only thing that made Sunday not perfect, because it's a 9.8 out of 10 type of day for me. I had a phenomenal time. 65,000 sellout strong, and it felt like it. And y'all are going to see it when I post these vlog videos, when I put it together and put that out in the morning, and we have Victory Monday tomorrow. But the only thing that kept today from being perfect was the goddamn Eagles came back. LA Rams, I hate you. You sorry Bammers. You sorry Bammers. Y'all had one job, up 26-7. Dallas got belt to ass. Caleb Williams, Ben Johnson, and the Chicago Bears, our old friends. Salute to everybody in O-Block. Salute to Chirac. Salute to Chicago. Salute to the Chicago Bears for doing God's work. Got Dallas up out of here today. Dallas should be 0-3, but the Giants let them off the hook last week. They did their job. The Rams, all they had to do was score one more field goal, and you had about 2.5 quarters to do so. Couldn't do it. Didn't get it done. Can't believe they did that. I can't believe they did that dumb shit. But I don't care about any of those characters today. In a week-to-week league, I keep telling my son, in the NFL, things change fast. Your reality, you could be humbled in a heartbeat. Y'all remember the greatest team in the history of football that just dogged us on Thursday Night Football way back yonder, the Green Bay Packers? They lost to the Cleveland Browns today in a football game. A week after what they did to us. They come off a 10-day break, probably feeling themselves, peacocking with their chest out, and lose to the Cleveland Browns. as much as we would like to hate on what Philly did, that's championship pedigree to find a way to get it done. Hurts went from having -1 passing yards at halftime, but we're not here to talk about them. Let's talk about Washington and what we did and what we learned about this team today. Before we get into the statistics of it, let's pray and let's send some speedy recoveries and some please get well soon. Our starting safety, Will Harris, is probably going to be out for the foreseeable future. I believe he has a fractured tibia, or is it fibula? I think it's fibula. That just sounds like you probably won't play till around Christmas time. But bones heal faster than ligament tears. So there's a chance that that's not the case. But Will Harris, I don't know what happened to Marshawn Lattimore. I've watched the highlights after getting home, but I haven't watched the TV copy of the game yet. So there are some things I would definitely like context on from you guys' end that were actually watching the game live. But watching it there in person, I have lots of thoughts about this game. But let's go to all the positives of today. First things first, having a backup quarterback that understands that he's a backup quarterback and he gets active. He gets active. So y'all said the fibula is the smaller of the two lower leg bone. So that's not season ending, right? That's like a month or two. I don't know. Give me a timetable for that. But Marcus, mother-loving Mariota. Marcus Mariota. Everybody clap it up for the magic man, Marcus Mariota. I will forgive you for the fumble in the first quarter. You want to know why? Because I saw the look in his eyes. Y'all saw Marcus Mariota high step? Marcus Mariota ain't high step since he was in Eugene, Oregon, winning Heisman trophies. That boy was chasing a high he ain't felt in a decade. I'm not mad. That boy was moving so fast, he started high stepping and they ripped the ball out. Did it piss me off in real time? Yes. I don't care about that fumble because Mariota probably played a perfect football game outside of that, and I am forever grateful for it. You've now been called upon three times, and you've done nothing but get yards, score touchdowns, and keep the offense moving methodically, matriculating the ball up the field nonstop. Your second 40-burger in 3 performances, and we saw the heroics he put on versus the Cowboys in Week 18. Give it up for my backup quarterback. And we don't have to live in a world where we have to be stupid and say, oh, maybe Mariota's the guy. No, we pay $8 million for Mariota to come in if he has to and hold the fort down. He's an $8 million spare tire. He is a Ferrari spare tire. We have one of the best in the league. He's loved here. He's wanted here. He feels welcomed here. He's never going to go AWOL on this team. And he's perfect for the offense because he's the same archetype of Jaden Daniels, maybe a different class of Benz as Jaden Daniels, but he was Jaden before Jaden, so they don't have to switch up the offensive plan when he gets on the field. So it's a seamless transition, and we don't have to switch up the offense. You know, Cooper Rush is Lamar Jackson's backup. When Lamar come out the game, they got to throw a different playbook out there because Cooper Rush is about athletic as a tree branch. It's not the same. Mariota, however, even at his big age, 10 years in the league, he can run the same system as Jaden Daniels. Big shout out to the team. Something I noticed, this team handles optics so well. If we had an egotistical quarterback, if we had an owner that cared about stupid shit like, I want my guy to still feel loved even when he's not playing, they did not put Jaden on the Jumbotron once today. I had to go to Twitter to find out if this nigga was at the game today. I love that. They let the main thing be the main thing. Marcus, this is your day. We will see 5 when he get back out there. Jaden, hoodie up. On the sideline, incognito, he looked like one of these Bamas off the practice squad. They made no emphasis to say, hey, look at our quarterback. Hey, look at him. He's fine. Hey, look, he's limping. No, They kept everything about our Hawaiian king. And boy, did our Hawaiian king roll on Sunday afternoon. If you see what I did there, salute to you. But man, what a time it was from Northwest today. Me and my son watched Marcus Mariota and company put on a show. 41-24. Just like the Packers game, the score didn't truly indicate how dominant a performance it was. Washington left 17-20 points on the field, and we might have left 17 on the quarter in the first quarter. You know, stupid fumble on their side. Matt Gay being Matt Gay, which we'll get to later, but we're going to spend at least an hour here before we start getting into the negatives and things, the nitpicks and things we could have done better on, because, you know, the vibes are all high. They are immaculate when we come off a victory. We got over 500 in the building. Smash that like button for your boy. I know we get together and we do watch parties on Sunday, but I had to pop out with my son today and have a good time. Got to the field right before 9 a.m., left the field right around 5:30. What a day. We clocked in and put 12 hours into being a football fan today, and it felt great. My brother Jason, Uncle Jay, my guy, once I saw Luke in, I told Raiders fans to go home. Me too. I told him to beat the traffic, man. We got the other McCaffrey brother. Scoring touchdowns. But shout out to Uncle Jay. I hope you made it in. I don't know if you're still on your way to Jersey or not. I hope you made it in safely. I saw my guy about 9:30 a.m. We were both at the Pepsi pregame show. Also, I want to put it out there. There is footage of me and my son throwing in a passing competition at the Pepsi tailgate. I'll tell you this. Neither of us are Ed Oliver. Neither of us have the accuracy of Jaden Daniels or of Ed Oliver. Don't roast us. And please try to take it easy on my boy, because Little Rio definitely threw one of them shits over the net. He threw that shit about 3 levels into the parking lot, and the girl had to go retrieve the ball. Very embarrassing for the bloodline, but he gave it his best. Uncle Jay, I hope you made it home safely. My brothers, Chop with Charles. Like I said, my guy Charles is the reason me and my son were at the game today. And thank you, my brother. It happens to be my son's second time, and both times he went to a game, we sat in these exact same seats in my guy Charles's season ticket seats. And the experience was a lot better this time because my son's last experience was New Year's Day 2023. We can get eliminated. Carson Wentz versus Deshaun Watson. Playoff implication, but don't tell Ron Rivera game. So my son got to see a blowout in person today. Thank you so much. Jared, what up, my guy? Wonder what Jay Tuck's definition got to say now. You mean about Dak being the best quarterback in the division, but he can't beat the 0-2 Bears? As soon as you take Dallas out the dome, they become the Chicago Bears. Tell them to come out and play this week, Jay. Tell them to come out and play this week, Jared. We back in the win column, but them Eagles fans, they're going to be talking crazy, though. What up, what up, what up? Appreciate you for your membership and for the $2 super chat. Sick of the kicker missing points off the board. We're going to talk about Gay. But there are a lot of positives that we need to straighten out first, so we'll get to him later. But I feel you. I'm ready to bring in competition. The only reason he doesn't get cut or have competition is because what we paid him. But at some point, we have to count that as monopoly money because I guess he bought himself some time with the 50-plus yarder he made before half. But I have very little to no confidence in Matt Gay at this current juncture as our kicker. But onward we trot. Onward we trot. And y'all forgive me on the Jalen Lane touchdown because I was so hyped watching it. I definitely dropped my phone and stopped focusing on the actual player running for a touchdown because I was literally calling him out like, Jalen Lane, you got to show me something at some point. And he immediately takes a punt 90 yards to the crib. So let's go there next with it. Jalen Lane, he can't catch worth a damn as a wide receiver right now. But I think the primary purpose while we drafted him, while he learns how to catch and he learns to clear his Carlos Rogers woes, that boy can run back a punt. Our special teams returners Debo already almost took. Debo's taken 2 kicks into enemy territory. At this point, the only reason why Debo hasn't taken one to the crib yet, because that's a lot of running for his big ass. His big ass running 55, 60 yards. That's a lot of running on top of the routes that he about to run. But it's the opening kickoff, Debo. I'm going to need you to get your big ass around that corner and take one to the crib at some point. But we scored, so I ain't tripping. But Jalen Lane, I've been waiting. We've been waiting 3 weeks to see what that 4.32 speed looks like in person. And I saw it today. That little bastard is fast as hell. He was looking like Shadow the Hedgehog. One cut, boom. And my favorite part, he didn't let the dumbass punter, he didn't let a non-real person, a less than human, tackle him on the football field. Kickers and punters, not real people. He didn't let a punter tackle him. Took it to the crib. Don't care what the penalty was because the touchdown counted. That is what we need. This team cannot force a turnover to save its goddamn life. But you know what it can do? It can run back kicks now. Our first punt return touchdown in a decade. We're talking rookie Jamison Crowder was the last time we took a punt to the crib. That's how long it's been, bro. That's how long it's been. Almost to the Brandon Banks days. Jalen Lane, thank you. Jalen Lane, thank you. And you made up for the touchdown that you dropped, because you dropped the touchdown from Marcus Mariota before that missed field goal in the end zone. And sure, there could have been a penalty called on that play. I believe that was the play where the Raiders jumped off sides, but we got away with some shit too, so I'm not tripping. But I watched it in person, so there's obviously things y'all saw today that I couldn't see. And you know my blind ass, I can only focus on one thing at a time. But boy, we had a time today at the stadium, man. We had a shout out to my boy Dom and his pops. Shout out to Ashley. Shout out to Chuck and Brandy at the command corner tailgate at the red zone lot. The best tailgate there is. Shout out to Keith Breeze, everybody, Juan, everybody I seen over there at the red zone lot, and everybody that pulled up on me, that took a picture with me, that came up to talk to me, talk to my son. Everybody I seen at the stadium today, shout out to y'all, man. Best fans in the world. And we showed up in full force, and we shut them loud-ass Raiders fans. I will give Raiders fans their respect. Them boys had that "Let's go Raiders" chant booming when the game started. We didn't hear too much of it after the game started, though. And like I said, we're going to take about an hour before we start getting into the nitpicks and the negatives of the game, because it is Victory Sunday. And we're watching the Giants game right now. The Chiefs are up 3-0 on the Giants. The Chiefs and the Giants are both trying to avoid 0-3, 14:39 to go in the second quarter. We'll talk about that bullshit in a little bit, but it's on. If anything happens, I'll update you on the fly of it, but who cares? My guy, Davon. One thing is true. Our defense be damn near beating us by running the ball. You got to beat us in the air trade. Okay, so we can stop the run. Ashton Genty had flashes of who he was at Boise State early, and it never happened again. I don't know what the hell Mahomes was just doing, but if there is one thing you know about the defense, it can stop the run. Versus the pass, we're still kind of food. We're a little bit food, and we're going to have to roll with Jeremy Reeves. Justin Simmons, anybody? Justin Simmons, anybody? We'll have that conversation on Monday. No need to have the conversation about personnel on a Victory Sunday night. Oh, man, I'm so sick of kicker woes, man. What up, Abel? My guy, Abel Ambrosio. Defense was hooping to an extent. To an extent. Trey Tucker having 145 and 3 touchdowns and putting up 40 fantasy points on my defense is not something that I will take lightly, but we will get to that later in the show. We will definitely get to that later in the show. We don't need to get to that right now, but since we are almost 20 minutes into the stream, it sounds about time to hear from our main sponsor on the channel in 2025, and that is the best fantasy app in the world, Sleeper. The NFL season is here, which means you have a chance to win 1,000 times your cash on daily fantasy. Football has never been more exciting than it is with players like Jaden Daniels, Patrick Mahomes, Lamar Jackson, and Jamar Chase. Pick on stats for these stars like touchdowns, passing yards, receiving yards, fantasy points, and more. We're up to a 1,000 times payout on Sleeper. Get your picks right and you could win big using promo code RIO91. That was promo code RIO91 and you'll get up to a $100 match bonus on your first deposit. Terms and conditions may apply. Yep. Shout out to Sleeper. Shout out to Sleeper. Shout out to Sleeper. Shout out to Jay Sampson. Shout out to Jay Sampson. Hell of a win. I forgot Mr. Mariota. You forgot Mr. Mariota for the miss. Oh yeah, yep. You forgave him for the mishap. I forgave him too. He gets an A+ for me. Fumble never happened, bro. You fumble shit sometime when you start reliving your glory days, bro. You start reliving your. I saw a man that has not hit top speed in about a decade. He hit top speed as a dude who just lost some weight, who can now sprint and run full speed again for the first time in a decade. Mariota saw top speed for the first time. He was out here flying like I'm like a bird. I want to fly away. I want to fly like an eagle. That boy started high stepping and like a movie when the record scratches. The ball was just taken from. I bet you're wondering how I got here right now. That's what happened. And I forgive him for it because he was reliving his days at Eugene, Oregon. Mariota was out there moving like, y'all forgot I won a Heisman too. Y'all forgot I was Jaden before Jaden recognized who I am. But he gets an A+ for me. I'm going to start by giving the quarterback an A+ for his performance today. What he put up, 247 yards of offense. 15 of 21, which is the sweet spot. I said Mariota does not need to throw more than 20 to 22 times. Perfectly. He only threw it 21, and we had pulled Debo and Terry at the start of the fourth quarter. They didn't even have to go back out there. So technically, these numbers could have been better. And Marcus Mariota, 15 to 21, 71%, 207 yards, 1 touchdown. Should have had 2, but Terry, Terry, the knee was down at the 1 or 2 yard line, y'all. I know y'all gonna keep telling me he scored, but he didn't know. But he didn't. Rinse, Washington, Terry, repeat. But should have had 2 touchdowns, and he had 40 yards on the ground and a touchdown. So 2 touchdowns, should have been 3, 250 yards, no Jaden, no problem. And if they got to go with my plan, which y'all called pussy last week, if they got to sit Jaden another week, the Falcons lost 30-0 to the Panthers today. The lowly Panthers beat the Falcons 30-0, and Falcons fans are calling Penix Jr. Chocolate Tua. They're calling that boy Chocolate Tua. He sounds like the remix to Hawk Tua. Chocolate Tua is what they're calling their left-handed quarterback in Atlanta, and Kirk Cousins entered the game today. So take for that what you will. Marcus Mariota gets an A+ for me. Next person I want to talk about is J-Mac. Jeremy freaking McNichols. That Jeremy McNichols touchdown gotta be top 3 plays of the season so far. Not for us, for the league. Our third down back, our third string back, the least wiggle, the least speed in the room, broke 3 tackles. He was looking like Franco Harris, stiff-arming Bamas to the ground, and took a run 60 yards for a touchdown. Tell me, you should play the lottery. When did you ever think you'd read the words or see the words Jeremy McNichols 60-yard touchdown? Whoa. Jeremy McNichols? J-Mac. J-Mac. Jeremy, first of all, I'm not sure J-Mac has ever reached that top speed in his life. I'm not sure on his 40. I'm not sure if he was running butt naked outside first thing in the morning. He's ever moved that fast in his life. But Jeremy McNichols was flying, and that was after broken tackle. And you want to know my favorite thing about Jeremy McNichols' touchdown? Shout out Jakey Rondo. You know my favorite thing about McNichols' touchdown? He didn't get caught from behind. He did not get hawked from behind like the fall down bandits of 2024, still including Terry McLaurin. I'm sorry. I'm going to take 1,000 jabs at Terry not getting that fucking ball in the end zone today because it ruined my only parlay of the day. But that's not here nor there. Jeremy McNichols, let's go. Jeremy McNichols, obviously, because the big run led the team in rushing today. 4 for 78, just under 20 yards a carry, 60-yard touchdown. Bill, still only getting a handful of touches, 26 yards. But you know what he did do? He hit pay dirt today. That's another rushing touchdown. Mariota rushing touchdown. McNichols rushing touchdown. Ja'Cory Krosky Merritt rushing touchdown. C-Rod had 40 yards on about 11 carries. And Deebo Samuel, he only had 3 for 18, but every time he touches the ball, the defenses, they fear it. Receiving, Zach Ertz did his usual. 3 for 38. Didn't score because he didn't need to score today because of, Zach Ertz. Whoa. I don't know what is in his coffee or in his pre-workout before he plays, but he's Benjamin Buttoning before our I watched Zach Ertz do a hezzy today, a hesitation juke move. I'm talking about the delayed highlight stick R1 special on Madden. I didn't even know Zach Ertz had that in his repertoire. Zach Ertz is juking dudes in the Lord's year of 2025. He did it last week and he did it this week. Is that in his bag now? They was talking about Zach Ertz getting better footwork this year. Does he got a hezzy in his bag now? Zach Ertz got some seasoning, boy. Zach Ertz got some seasoning, and it's Lowry's. Zach Ertz is juking dudes in 2025, bro. So his knee never touched. I'll take y'all word for it. I got to watch the game again. But I'm sorry. Until I watch it, I'm all jokes until the end of this because I wish there was not even a position for the refs to have a chance to take it from him. I wish he could just catch it and burn dude. And yes, I also know the ball was a little bit behind, but stop getting caught, Terrence. Damn. That's a touchdown, bro. And you could tell he wanted to get back in the game. He had that old composed player shit where they start grabbing on the inside of their shoulder pad, standing there like, man, I'm trying to get back out there and score, man. But wow. That McNichols touchdown is why AP let Chin test the market. Oh, my God. What up, Daniel? Great win. Definitely needed this one. Marcus looked good and did what was asked of him. Terry was robbed of a touch. Okay, we got to go to Luke now because, special teams looked great. The kicker didn't look great, but he made another 50-plus yarder, so that is progress. He also missed some shit he should have made, so we left some points on the board. We left about 17 on the board, but like I said, just like when we lose, we're going to wallow in all of the negatives before we get to the positives. We're going to keep that same energy. We reciprocating energy. When we win, we get to positives, and we don't really have to talk about all the negative shit and the real shit that the nitty gritty. We don't got to get there yet. I'm not there yet, man. It's Victory Sunday night. Tomorrow's Victory Monday. And then on Victory Tuesday with Lake Lewis Jr., we're going to split it up. We're going to go from week 3, transition it into week 4 with Atlanta. But we're not there yet. We wallowed in the misery of the doomsday that was the Packers game for 10-plus days. So excuse me if I want to sit in some positivity, some good vibes, and victory. Victory formation on 3, victory formation on me. Let's go. I'm happy, man. I'm happy. Lucas McCaffrey, you are now Luke again, brother. You are Luke. Luke, I'm not your father. I'm not going to say that. That's weird. Easy Ed is his father. But Luke McCaffrey scored his first career NFL touchdown. And it was a fun one, too. And you know what Luke didn't do? He didn't get caught from behind. Recurring theme there. Hold on to that one. Luke McCaffrey scored a touchdown. Me and my son looked at each other like a ghost walked on the field at Northwest Stadium Day. I said, I know that ain't who I think it is. So we saw a Luke McCaffrey touchdown, a Jeremy McNichols 60-yard touchdown. We put up another 40 burger with Marcus Mariota. We saw a punt return touchdown. Boy, if y'all don't go out and play the Mega Millions in the Powerball this week. But no, you don't. But we almost got the quadruple whammy. We almost got a quadruple whammy of things that don't happen in Washington. And y'all know what the fourth one was. So we got Long McNichols touchdown, play the lottery. Luke McCaffrey touchdown, play the fucking lottery. A punt return touchdown, third time's the charm, right? The only thing missing, the only infinity stone we got to drop on the gauntlet is forcing a goddamn turnover. And I don't want to talk about that right now because, like I said, we're not here to nitpick yet. We're here to just soak in victory. But not even versus Gino, who was trying to get Trey Amos dropped about 3 interceptions on one play. On one play today. And we don't have to get to that. I loved our running backs in their performance today. I loved our return specialists. And I loved the quarterback, man. What up, what up, what up? Went to the game today. Grizzy Cone. Appreciate you for the $4.99 super chat. Went to the game today, fam, and ran into you. Great game for our Commanders. What's up, man? I ran into a lot of people today, and it was all love all day. Loved it. Loved it, man. Loved it, loved it, loved it. What up, what up, what up, Dom Analysis? Shout out to McNichols, man. Big McNichols, not the little one. Never thought that I would see. Never thought that and the crowd is so game ball to the fans at Northwest Stadium today. That's the loudest I've ever seen that stadium. I've seen this team beat their chests about faux sellouts before, about sellouts that probably hit a specific criteria, but was not per se a real sellout. That was a sellout. That was 60,000+ strong, and they were loud. The Raiders fans were loud. We were loud. The Terry chants after the deep ball, the Luke chants, the Luvu chants, the way that we booed the referees in unison when they was on bullshit. Beautiful. Music to my ears. I've been waiting for this type of culture at our stadium. To go to Russell Moonball. It didn't go to the moon, though. The rocket was shot out of the sky about 100 feet in. But anywho, the crowd did their shit today. The crowd was on their shit today. Look, Luke showed up one at a time. We gotta be okay with one of the two. We gotta get the ugly stepchild tight end working at some point. But we are all positivity right now. I saw Ben getting a 3-point stance today. He showed up to work. He got his elbows dirty, You can hear it on the TV. Oh, I can't wait to watch the TV copy. I can't wait to pull up the DVR. I'm a loser, and I love this team so much that when I get off stream tonight, I'm going to throw the TV copy up while I edit my vlog because I got a bunch of footage. Y'all got to bear with me. We talk about unreliable narrators on the channel. I'm a very unreliable cameraman, and some of that footage is going to come out crazy once the game starts. Bear with me and just enjoy and appreciate the vibes of Northwest Field. And once again, please don't judge our form throwing the football. Please don't do that. But, okay, so let's move on to the most interesting story of today. I ask you, chat. We got over 700 people in the chat right now. Wow, Russell just threw. Yo, put Jackson Dart in, bro. This man stinks. This man is rinsed, washed, and tumbled dry. Russell Wilson. Let that man go home to his trophy wife. No, let him go home and be a trophy husband to his wife. Didn't mean to call Sierra the trophy wife. She is the trophy. But what the fuck was I? But what was I just talking about? What was I just talking about? What the hell was I just talking about? God, this Russell throw just completely threw me off topic. But what was I just talking about, bro? Y'all remind me of what the hell I was just talking about. I just lost my train of. Oh, the offensive line. What the fuck did Brandon Coleman do? Do y'all know what Brandon Coleman did? Because being a healthy scratch, inactive when you're the starting guard, and them deciding that Chris Paul is better than you, and you're not going to start at left, you're not going to start at right, you're not going to start at left bench. They made him inactive. You are not dressing today, thumb. What did he do? What the hell did Brandon Coleman do, y'all? What happened? Did he call Bobby Johnson a bitch or something? Did he tell him your mama? What did he do? And Chris Paul had a game today. He didn't give up a pressure. He didn't give up anything. He had a clean sheet kind of day. And they came out and stamped him too and said, oh, that was performance-based. Chris Paul went and took the job from him. So you mean to tell me this third-round thumb natural guard Bama is just not going to start for us anymore? He just lost his job? What are we doing there? Like, that's crazy, yo. What did he do? What did he do, bro? It has to, yo. I didn't believe it. I thought people were spreading fallacy in the red zone lot when that was going around. What do you mean Brandon Coleman's inactive? He's not hurt. Oh, no, he's not hurt. He's benched. They didn't bench Brandon Coleman. Why would they bench our left guard right before game time and we didn't hear anything about it? Boy, does this team move different. We didn't know nothing about any of this. Brandon Coleman was a healthy scratch today. They didn't play him because he was not good enough at football. And I love the culture in that. And it terrified me before kickoff. I'm sitting here like, bro, Marcus Mariota was injured all preseason. We done had, last week was the body bag game week. We not even healthy. And the O-line struggle. I understand Brandon Coleman was getting his ass cooked. He was getting his ass cooked versus the Green Bay Packers. Did I think it was enough to warrant him not playing today? Absolutely not. What up, Garcelle? Welcome to the family, Garcelle. I need one of those Garcelle specials, man. I need you to tell me about some oddly specific and peculiar yoga pants color on somebody that was out in Bowie today. My guy, man. Welcome back to the channel, man. Cool Hand Lou. Hail to the Commanders, baby. Hail to the Command. We struck up the band all day. Nitpick. Don't play Hell to the Commanders after a field goal. Don't play Hell to the Redskins. Whatever you don't play the fight song after a field goal. Play it after touchdowns only. Make them earn that shit. Matt Gay does not deserve to hear theme music after he makes a field goal. Let someone kick a touchdown. I'm gonna kick a touchdown. Let someone score a touchdown first. But Chris Paul came in and kicked absolute ass as the starting left guard. Wiley had a couple penalties, got whooped a couple times. Josh Connerly needs to hit the weight room, but I will say Max Crosby had very little impact on this game sitting in the crowd today. Those of you who watched it at home, was Mad Max Crosby active today? Did y'all see him in on a bunch other than getting held a couple times? Did he pop off your screen on TV? Because in person from the 50-yard line, a few rows up, it didn't feel like that for me. Did Max Crosby have an impact on today's game? Because it felt like he was neutralized for the most part. It felt like he was neutralized. Did he? He definitely didn't have no Parsons type impact. You know, he did. He got him a couple times. You know, everybody gonna get. I need Connerly in the weight room, but it seems like they held on. Marcus was pretty comfortable most of the day. You know, it's baptism by fire. It don't get easier, but at least we don't have a game-changing edge to worry about. But I need them to up the protein intake and the reps. We need to have Josh Connerly in that weight room, man, because there's times where he's getting tossed around in there. But held his own. Offensive line, you get an A for me for today. You get an A for me for the day. We put up 41 and we left 17 points on the field. We should have gave them almost 60. So offense in general, you get an A for the day. Let's move over to the defensive side of the ball. First things first, I'm not going to point out the negatives like we didn't force any turnovers or that Trey Tucker had 145 yards and 3 touchdowns on us, and that Geno, even though some of it was stat pad accumulating late in the game, ended up with about 300 yards and 3 touchdowns on the day. But defensively, the first thing I noticed, defensively, we had pressure. We made life hard on Geno early and often. Geno was under constant duress the entire day. We stalked him. There were a couple plays where I could not believe that we didn't finish the sack. We didn't finish the sack and we let Geno squirm out. Geno's not slippery. Geno's not elusive. Geno's not that guy. So I don't know why we're letting Geno slither out of sacks. But we had constant pressure on Geno Smith today, and we made him shook because he started anticipating it, and he was seeing ghosts like Jaden was versus the Packers. Dorrance Armstrong had a sack. Von Miller had a sack. Bobby Wagner, old ass, had 11 tackles and 2 sacks. We need to stop putting him in coverage. We're not there right now. Javonte Jean-Baptiste had a sack. What, we had 5 sacks today? That 5, 2, 3, 5 sacks today, y'all. Dorrance Armstrong, Bobby Wagner with 2, Javonte Jean-Baptiste, Von Miller, the old man. It was party at Geno Smith today, and during most of the competitive parts of the game, we made Geno's life a living freaking hell. And for whatever we were doing today, it was effective. It was very effective. We're going to talk about the things that the team needs to work on, though, because defensively, we still leave a lot to be desired. Mikey Sainra still not playing great still. We'll get to that later. Trey Amos, you're doing a pretty bang-up job. You need to create turnovers, brother. You're getting balls thrown right at you. Oh, yeah, my bad. My bad. Pause. Whatever. You're getting the ball. Like nice things. I want ball to be life for this. Why is ball not life here in D.C.? Why is ball not life here in D.C.? Amos is clearly the best corner here in D.C. already. Old man Wagner, 11 tackles and 2 sacks, 3 tackles for loss. He's not supposed to still be doing it. How does he keep getting away with this? Shout out Bobby, man. Shout out to old man Bobby. Do I think JD5 comes back against the Falcons? And do you think Preston Smith will be active? Maybe. I don't know. Joe Witt was talking like he didn't even want him there. Oh, he's new. We're not going to talk about him. He doesn't belong here yet. But, yeah, I think he'll be active next week. JD5, I think it took everything to keep him off the field this week. I see no reason why he misses another game. But y'all know me. I'd be cool with him missing one more. Maybe make him active, though, so I don't have to see Josh Johnson wear a uniform. If there's no structural damage, it came out today that there was no MCL sprain. So it doesn't seem like there's anything structurally wrong with his knee. He seems to be hurt and not injured. So if that is the case, let him play. But if we need a second Marcus Mariota revenge game, and this is the real Marcus Mariota revenge game if he plays versus the Falcons, because, you know, that was the team he ended up going AWOL for and ended up cutting communications midway and ended up bailing on his team. This is the truest of true Marcus Mariota revenge games coming up. Shout out to my Harry Potter mug, by the way. My favorite cup in the house. Shout out to my friend who got me this. She knows who she is. Shout out to her. But defense, man. Before I go to how shitty the secondary looks, that pass rush got active today. Did we get a Frankie Louvu sighting? I saw my demon a couple times. He has been found safe and sound. Milk cartons save lives. They sure do. While he doesn't pop all over the box score, you could see him on the field. I saw number 4 today. I saw him flash. I saw him apply pressure. I saw him in the backfield today. I saw him lay the boom a couple times today. And I'll take that. That's a start. Now we need some sacks. Now we need some impactful plays. Guys, is this team allowed to force a turnover? Is this team ever going to force a turnover? I watched how shitty Michael Penix played versus the Panthers today. And if we don't force a turnover versus the Falcons next week, we might not force a turnover anytime soon. Because, man. How about them Cowboys? Blowout home win. Hell to the Commanders. I'm telling you, man, it would have been the cherry on top of a perfect Sunday, a football Sunday, and a time to be alive if the Rams would have just finished off the Eagles. All of our ops would have fallen while we were back victorious and blowing out a team with our backup quarterback on the field. But the Rams obviously had to blow that. I had such a phenomenal time at the game today. The vibes are immaculate. Season tickets are sold out for the year. Next home game is week 6, the night before my birthday versus the Chicago Bears. And word on the street, I might be in the building for that one. Buy some tickets on SeatGeek. I've been looking to find the best deal on Washington Commanders tickets for the 2025 season, which is why I want to give the sponsor of today's video, SeatGeek, a huge shout out. With over 28 million downloads, SeatGeek is the #1 rated ticketing app. There are more than 70,000 events listed on SeatGeek, including concerts, sporting events, festivals, and more. The NFL is right around the corner and MLB is in full swing. I love using SeatGeek. Recently used it, lock in my training camp tickets. Most notably, I was at the Grand National Tour with my son, Kendrick Lamar, and SZA at Northwest Stadium. SeatGeek has your back. Each ticket is rated on a scale of 1 through 10, so you know you're getting a good deal. So look for the green dots. Green means good, red means bad. Plus, every ticket is backed by their buyer guarantee. And you know I had to come through for y'all using promo code RIO10 for 10% off your next set of tickets at SeatGeek. That's 10% off any tickets with promo code RIO10. Make sure you click the link in the description to download the app and have the code automatically sent to your account so you can use it later. Thank you, SeatGeek, for sponsoring this video. Woo! 6-0. Giants crossing midfield. The Chiefs still look like ass. The Giants are still perpetual ass and not playing their young quarterback. 41-24, Washington over. Who do we play? Vegas. It was a long day, man. It was a long bro, with the piss and put the oh man, we gotta score. We are one of 4 teams in the NFL. All right, we can start nitpicking shit now. We are one of 4 teams in the league that have not forced a turnover yet. Listen, man. Gino was begging us to turn the ball, like to catch a turnover today. God, Scatterboo really is the slowest running back in the history of football. But Gino was daring us to throw interceptions, bro. He was daring us, and we just couldn't do it. I don't want to spend too much time on this. But, God, they said there's a plan to force more turnovers in 2025. I ain't seen it yet. I've not seen it yet. Have y'all? Because I ain't seen that joint yet, man. I'm waiting. Y'all seen it? Because I've seen a bunch of. We got to sit here and give ourselves credit for almost forcing turnovers in week 1 versus the Giants. I'm so over talking about them almost turnovers in week 1. That shit didn't happen. It's not real. Let's get over that. It didn't happen, guys. It didn't happen for us on Sunday. It didn't happen for us on Thursday. It didn't happen for us. We are one of 4 teams to not cause a freaking turnover. And I'm so sick of it, bro. I'm so sick of it. We could crush teams if we just do it. We could crush teams, man. Come on, guys. We really could have dogged their shit today if we could just force a damn turnover. Somebody got to do it at some point. Somebody got to do it. It seems like it's going to be Trey Amos and Quan Martin because nobody else is in any position to do anything of the sort. So it's got to be one of the two. It's got to be one of the two. Who's going to do it? Who's going to be the player that changes things for us? Who's going to be the player that jumps out there and gets Washington's first turnover this year? Any takers, anybody? Trey Amos got Carlos Rogers' hands right now. He's locking shit up. He's the best cover corner guy, so I'm not going to be mad at him. But who's going to be the guy that jumps out there and gets the first Washington Commander turnover of the season? You know who I hope it is? I hope it's Mikey Sainristil, because Mikey Sainristil, his play has left a little to be desired 3 weeks into the season. A guy who had one of the best training camps and a guy that we had high hopes of him being the Jaden-like player on the opposite side, the leader of the defense, especially after Bobby eventually hangs him up and decides to be a fossil and go into retirement in peace. So who's going to be the guy? Is it going to be Luvu on a strip sack? Is it going to be him? Somebody's got to do it at some point. Someone has to force the first turnover of the season. Who the hell is it going to be? Who's it going to be? Because I'm sick of it. I'm sick of it. Also, Terry McLaurin today became 5th all-time. What did he become? 5th all-time in franchise history? Is that what it was? 5th all-time in receiving yards in franchise history. Is that what it was? You know, everybody's saying, Rio, that was a touchdown. You need to chill. Listen, man. Listen, I got to watch the TV copy. I ain't seen it yet. That replay on that Jumbotron, all I can see is knee down at the 1. I don't know where the ball ended up going. Old man Von Miller for a strip sack. Sean going to do it first. I'm telling you, that would be what the fan base needs to really cure our PTSD for Marshawn Lattimore. Also, is Marshawn Lattimore okay? Did anybody watch any presser? Did we get any type of update on Marshawn? I haven't posted no updates about anything. I was too busy having a good time at the game today, bro. This is how we was living at the game today. Let me pull up some of it. Let me pull up some of the activities and give y'all a little peek of what the vlog is going to look like. Jalen Lane touchdown had us so hyped. My son dropped an F-bomb on camera. Lord, football, bring it out of him just like his father. Look at this. This is us living today, man. Shout out to Charles for these amazing seats. This was us in victory formation. My son smiling ear to ear. That is a Christmas morning. I got everything on the Christmas list type of smile right here. Shout out to Sophia Lautieri. She runs the ticketing department for the team. Shout out to Hog Farmer Chris. He was there with his adorable little daughter and his mama today. Shout out to Hog Farmer Chris and family. Shout out to everybody that we saw in the Red Zone lot today. That was us checking out of the game. My son, once again, smiling like the happiest kid on earth. Beautiful smile. There's the homie Ash right here. Shout out to Lady A. Big Ashley in the building. We hopped around to like 4 different tailgates today. Your boy had to have put in 27,000 steps at minimum up Northwest Stadium today. Beautiful time. This is how we was moving at the park today at Northwest. Immaculate vibes, man. Immaculate vibes. Had a little drinky drink just for presentation today. Wasn't really doing nothing with it, but we got one for the picture. Shout out to that cool ass Raiders fan, my guy John, Uncle Jay, my folks from Jacksonville, Reed, everybody, man. Phenomenal vibes today. Absolutely phenomenal vibes. It's a home away from home when we at the park. This was the Jalen Lane touchdown. I'm a horrible cameraman. Look at Lane. Look at Lane. Yeah, look at that speed in person. And then I dropped my phone and said, fuck it, we're just going to get hyped. We're going to get hyped. I'm sorry, but you can watch him walk into the end zone, and then the camera turns into Cloverfield. It's all over the place. We're hyped. My son's dropping F-bomb. The F word while I'm recording. Come on, brother. But boy, that's speed right there. Look at what I told you. Hey, yo, I'm raising a little demon, man. I'm raising a little commander stick demon right there, man. Shout out to that family that was sitting in front of us. Shout out to my boy that was a couple seats to the left. We were locked in the whole game. He was a supporter of the channel as well. I thought the penalty was going to bring it back. Not a good cameraman, but that's what makes these videos what they are. Look at Lil Rio. Look at that boy. He's living, man. Look at Lane. Come on, Lane. Go right. All I know is if that man would have let this not a real person punter make this tackle, I might have given up on Jalen Lane for all eternity. If he would have let this poor soul who is diving for his life right now, he looks like someone who just got robbed at gunpoint that was sitting down and eating, and the only thing they could do was dive pathetically at. So if he would have let that tackle be completed, I might have given up on him for all eternity. I might have given up on him for all eternity, bro, because ain't no way a punter's making this tackle, bro. It goes Scatterboo in the end zone. The Giants about to take the lead. Uh-oh, but this is so lit, bro. Look at this crowd, bro. That shit tore the roof. Unfortunately, in my vlog, I was locked in. I definitely was not expecting a Jeremy McNichols 60-yard touchdown. We didn't get that, but we got mostly everything that needed to be gotten in the vlog, and that will be up in the morning as long as I'm able to have enough energy to edit that, man. Y'all keep telling me that Terry's touchdown was a touchdown, man. I'll go back and watch the TV copy. I'm making jokes until then because he got his ass caught again. I don't care. It's a good bit. Oh no, they did not take the lead. They just missed or got the extra point block. God, the Giants are so sorry, bro. They're so sorry, bro. But hey, I'm sticking with the bit until I watch the game on the TV copy. On my copy from my lens and my keratoconus written eyes. Wow, Cam Scatterboo run a 6'7" 40, but he could do a backflip into a lunge superhero stance. That's an interesting build right there, man. That's how a white man runs the football. But what up, Big Sean? What up, Big Sean? It's not a word. It's a fact. Jack, my guy, saw my guy at the game today, and apparently my guy, I'll be joining him on October 13th, the night before my birthday at the Chicago game. We in there, baby. Big birthday boys in the building. When Chicago and Caleb Williams and company come to town, I'll be making my primetime debut of 2025, man. Shout out to the gang, man. How did Cleveland beat Green Bay, but we struggle? Because the NFL is the greatest product in the world. It's the most unpredictable. Any team can beat any team any day, and nothing you did last week matters. League in the world. Because you can score 0 points one week and score 52 the next week. You can look like absolute ass and score 40 the next week with a backup quarterback. You can be the Cleveland Browns and beat the team that everybody is crowning as this year's Super Bowl champion 2 weeks into the season. You know? Jalen Hurts was throwing for under 100 yards, it felt like, 2 weeks in a row. This nigga threw for 230 and 3 touchdowns in one half of football today. The NFL is the beast and the greatest sports product in the world, and I would not debate it with anyone. That's the NFL for you, baby. Yeah, bro. I'm looking at the TV copy now. His knee never hit the ground. Oh, so it was a touchdown. That's crazy. You know what, though? You don't have to leave it in the ref's hands, bro. You don't have to leave it in the ref's hands. We practiced the high step this summer. Do we got to practice the dive? Do we got to practice the dive? Because, you know what I'm saying? We don't have to leave it into the hand of zebras, man. Zebras belong in the zoo. Zebras belong in Foot Locker. Let's not leave those type of things up to them. So maybe they did take a touchdown from him. I'll run the defender then. Get your ass down there, $30 million man. I'm going to give Terry shit, bro. Y'all not going to make me change my mind until I watch it again. I'm being petty as shit. Man. We do need to give Terry more opportunities, man. LB was talking big shit after that game, but at halftime, yeah, Jalen Hurts had -1 at halftime and went berserk in the second half. Listen, guys, I know nobody wants to hear this, but the Eagles, they get it done. And they have taken and stripped. When they beat the Kansas City Chiefs in the Super Bowl last year, they have taken the reins of Witch Magic. Witch Magic no longer resides in Kansas City. Witch Magic is now in Philadelphia. It don't matter what Philly do. Until that last second is off the clock, they are not out of a game. I don't care if they're down 26-7 at halftime and have -1 yards passing. If you don't finish that stupid-ass team off, they're going to win. They're going to win. Bro, they just get it done. I hate it. It's the ugliest, most unwatchable fashion ever, but not in the second half today. They looked really good. I did peep that coming home today. But they get it done. They are the standard in the NFC. And thankfully for us, we get to go 16 weeks of season to get our fucking lives together and get ready for 2 heavyweight bouts with them the last 3 weeks of the season. Hopefully, we do our job as the Washington. Oh my God, did they just fumble it and give the Giants the ball? Nope, they recovered it back. Okay. Hopefully, we do good enough in the 15 weeks prior to the Philadelphia game that we are still in the running for the division by the time we get there, because them boys 3-0, and they have not played their best football yet. If they beat Tampa next week, it may be a long year of trying to keep up with the Joneses, because if Tampa don't beat them, I don't know who putting that first L on Philly's record. And we don't play them to week 16 and week 18. So it is imperative that Washington wins 2 of their next 3, first of all. 3 winnable games, but we got it. Undefeated Chargers team in 2 weeks. We can't overlook the Falcons, and the Chicago Bears have finally found their footing 3 weeks into the season. You got to win 2 of those 3 games. You got to win 2 of those 3. And if I'm going to put a preference on which 2 we win, it's the 2 in conference, the Falcons and the Bears. But I want the Chargers. We lost our last game versus a contender. We lost in embarrassing fashion. When Jaden goes home to be homecoming king versus the LA Chargers, who don't have fans, and Jaden got every man, woman, girl that he ever grew up with in California flooding that stadium, and everyone else in the stadium is going to be a Washington fan because they don't got fans in LA. That's the one I want, because we need to beat a real team. We need to beat up on a real team. We all felt it this week. We were too afraid to say that we should dominate the Raiders, but we all felt like we are not in the same category as the Raiders, and they got no business playing a close game with us, with or without Jaden Daniels. We need to beat the Chargers in a couple weeks. Not looking past the Falcons, but we need to beat a legitimate team. Jay Herbo and company is a team we need to beat in a couple weeks from now. What up, Almighty? Y'all about to put us upset tonight because you look like you might. You look like you might. Come to the South Carolina versus Kentucky game. My class graduated, but our frat would love to have you next weekend at our tailgate. If you're in Columbia, I might be taking a trip out to SC sometime in October. I don't know if I can make it out next weekend. That's a little too short notice for my broke ass who needs a little bit of preparation, but I might be making a trip down there at some point this October. And if I do so, I would love to stop. The game I had circled that I thought about was the Alabama at South Carolina game. I might think about that one, but I do have some business to attend to in South Carolina at some point in October. But I will definitely keep you in mind, man, and hit my DMs or my email with some information, man. I would love to come kick it with y'all, man. I've never been to a college game, never been to an away NFL game. So that would be lit. That would be lit. And my homie Ashley, she's a big Alabama fan. So Alabama versus SC, I'll go in the Gamecocks gear, man. I'll go and represent, man. I'll go and represent. Why AJ Brown want to suddenly activate because Emmanuel Forbes was on the other team? So he ain't got nothing to do with his activation. We already know a lot of that is quarterback centered over there. But I doubt Daniels would have done any better. Yeah, I don't know about that. Jaden would have done, he would have picked them apart just like Marcus picked them apart. You know, that team never stood a chance versus us today. The only reason why they were in the game with us today is because of us. We was on bullshit. We're missing field goals. Marcus Mariota was so busy revisiting his glory days, he forgot to hold on to the football. They were never in this game for real today. We kept them in it. I'm in LA. I'm going to be at that Rams Commanders game. When it happens in the playoffs. I hate the Rams right now. I'm only watching KC versus New York because I'm watching a train wreck. This is a train wreck. The Eagles have broken the Chiefs, y'all. The Eagles have broken the Chiefs. The Chiefs look shitty. That shitty bang bang are the Kansas City Chiefs right now. They look awful. They look awful. Jaden won a fumble. Yeah, he wouldn't have, but he would have hooped. But we don't even got to do that. You don't even got to do that. We don't even have to do that because you can get Jaden, you can get Mariota, you can get, nope, just kidding. Wasn't going to say Josh Johnson and Sam Hartman because we don't ever want to see them on a regular season football field. Maybe week 18 when nobody has to play because we clinched some shit. But Both of our starter and our backup are fully capable, man. Matt Gay don't need Blue Chew for the men in spandex. Yeah, KC looks bad, man. They're broken. Russell Wilson moonball. A little bit too far for anybody, man. But how was y'all Sunday today? Y'all watched it at home? What kind of food was y'all eating on today? What was the scene like? What was the scene like from y'all's cribs today? Y'all do some home tailgates? Was y'all on the grill today? What did the meals consist of? Oh, this was the Mariota.
Touchdown, Mark. Go, Marcus.
Mariota. The crowd cheers. The crowd celebrates. We are lit. We are active. Rio vlog week 3 coming soon on the channel. It'll be there in the morning. Don't mind my choppy camera work. You know, my camera work be a little drunk sometimes. Let's watch the touchdown again, though. Let's get it, Mariota.
Touchdown, Mark. Go,
this
Marcus.
Game that's on TV is very uninteresting. This shit is nasty. These are two bad football. Why are the Chiefs bad? The Eagles broke their spirit. They broke them and they took the witch magic from them. You know, chilling at home, watched it with the dog, chilling at home. I almost bought a puppy this week, man. I almost bought me a little puppy dog, man. But my kids want to have allergies because they have their mother's blood in them, unfortunately. And she put weakness in their blood. They got allergies, bro. I don't know what an allergy is. Pollen ain't never made me feel away. Even a hyperallergenic dog is not really an option because my kid's gonna be at my house dying. Honestly, my daughter being allergic is the only reason I didn't get said dog, because my son's in high school, and to be perfectly honest, he'll be all right. You know what I'm saying? He'll survive. He'll be cool. But my baby girl is the only reason. I was definitely about to buy a little puppy dog, man. I'm about to have the cutest dog on the block. Maybe in a couple years. But yeah, this game sucks. We will definitely be not going through this whole game, and this will not turn into a watch party. Two game balls. Pause. Who gets them? So if I'm giving out 2, Russell's going to the end zone and just threw the stupidest freaking interception. Got this team. Oh my God. That's another victory versus the Giants when we play them. I know Arrowhead's a hard place to win, and they're going to be fully healthy by the time we see them. But God, do the Chiefs look beatable right now. Who gets my 2 game balls? We're going to give 1 to Marcus Mariota. I'm going to try to give, 1 to Bobby Wagner. Bobby Wagner and Marcus Mariota get my 2 game ball. Who gets your 2 game balls today? Who gets your 2? I'm sorry. A 100-year-old linebacker with 12 tackles and 2 sacks has to get a game ball for me. So it's Marcus Mariota. Look at little Rio with the tutty. The tutty inflatable scared me because it kept falling on the ground, and I just felt like a bad omen. I was like, yo, y'all want to pick Tutty up off the ground, man? That just felt like bad news. Shout out to Tutty. I saw my guy E-Man today pulling up with all the mascots, locking in for the mascot bowl earlier. This Raiders fan, completely awesome. He was decked out in that shit. He bled that black and silver. Raiders have a very passionate fan base. Here goes me pretending like I'm sipping this beautiful cocktail that my guy, Asik from the command corner. Shout out Asik. Shout out Juan. Shout out Chuck. Shout out Brandy for throwing the most fun tailgate. I sipped this joint about halfway. Beautiful cocktail. Tasted wonderful. But, that was for the pictures. That was for the vibes. Taking a little group picture. My guy came all the way from Columbus, all the way from Ohio in the building. There goes your boy. This is what we was giving him with the fit today. This is how we pulled up. This is how we showed up today. My elite jersey had to tuck it in because that joint a little big with the long sleeve underneath. Camo pants, Arizona State dunks. Towel to keep the sweat off the hands and the wrists. Bucket hat. This how we were stepping in the stadium today. Boy got the jersey tucked in like the old head at the YMCA. Old head swag. It's an unction. Shout out to Miss Brandy. Her and Chuck run the Command Corner Tailgate, man. Y'all pull up to the Command Corner Tailgate in the corner of the Red Zone lot, the best parking lot. Shout out my guy, Los. Los was on the grill getting busy over there in the Red Zone lot today. Shout out to him. Shout out to my boy Keith and Coach Breeze with the fresh game day drip. My guys. Shout out to some Washington Twitter legends over here. Me and baby boy at 7:30 in the morning, ready to step out to the stadium. Little did we know it was going to be a 12-hour shift. But what are y'all thoughts on this? So let's not look at the price for a second. Let's act like that price doesn't exist. Nickelodeon, this makes the millennial in me, it makes the millennial heart smile inside. Slime Time Live NFL gear. I'm getting this hat. Am I paying $50 for it? Absolutely fucking not. I have a $40 coupon to New Era. But that is clean. That is clean. That is going to go perfect with the shattered backboard Jordan 1s. But that is clean. Nickelodeon Slime Time Colors NFL collection. You know the first thing I did? I made sure I scrolled to see if they had Washington because we're never included when new shit comes out. Crocs just got an NFL deal. They got Panthers Crocs. They don't have Washington Commanders Crocs, which is crazy to me. But they don't have them yet. And we're always excluded. But now that we're main characters again, we got to work on that. We got to work on that. Andy cried when he lost them. When he lost to them in their Super Bowl, he sure did. And maybe his tears passed on the witch magic to the Eagles transfer from the grass on the field or something because they look broken. They look broken. Dan Quinn gets a game ball. Yo, Dan Quinn got fucked up. Yo, I was like, is he good? Me and Mario was looking like, yo, is that Quinn? I mean, you can see that bald ass head from outside the stadium. So it was clearly Dan Quinn. You've been at church all day, Quincy. Some African food, had some pizza and wings as we put belt to ass. I love it, man. I love it. Taking your daughter to her first NFL game. We played at Chargers. Hey, Dubs, y'all going to y'all first joint. Y'all going to the most beautiful stadium in the league so far. That shit look like Avengers Tower. That's lit, man. Y'all are going to be at that game, at the Bama game. That's our SC. Oh, that's homecoming. Damn, y'all got Bama on the schedule for homecoming. Hey, now I'm even more curious to come because those tickets aren't even crazy priced. I'm not going to hold you, man. You know, my QBs are Jaden and Lenore Sellers. Who has it better than me? You're eating well in 2025, man. You're eating well. We're going to see what South Carolina look like when some of that competition start to hit on that schedule too. You know? It was a good day, man. Can we give Jeremy? Oh, yes. He's the screw loose on that defense right now. Jeremy Reeves has become a main character now that Will Harris, our starting safety, has a fractured fibula and he's going to miss some time. So Jeremy Reeves, we need you laying the boom, but we also need you covering. And that is the one thing I've seen Jeremy Reeves struggle with sometimes when he's asked to do a larger role than just be special teams gunner man. But if there's one thing Jeremy Reeves is going to do, he's going to be a bat out of hell coming downhill to just destroy anyone in his way. And when I say anyone in his way, teammates can get it too. Coaches can get it. Teammates can get it. Referees can get it. Jeremy Reeves is just a blind bat out of hell of destruction that wants to hit everything in his sight. He's the freaking Terminator, bro. I hope he stays healthy all year the way he throws his body around. But Jeremy Reeves definitely gets some love. I appreciate you for shouting out Jeremy Reeves because it's definitely easy to forget his contribution at time. Here goes my guy, Garacel. Oh, and he's calling out Thumb. Brandon Coleman. Wow, Mahomes is going deep. God, Mahomes looks like he lost his magic, man. Let's see how Garacel give this man. You know he's about to come with the most vivid, descriptive roast you've ever heard of. Coleman got benched because DQ saw him at the Piggly Wiggly wearing hot cream mustard yoga pants with a lentil brown comb back braids. Tragic. You know what's crazy? When I look at Brandon Coleman, the words lentil brown comb back braids actually look like something old Thumb Thumb would do. Hot cream mustard yoga pants. That sounds so nasty. Oh my God, the Chiefs are broken, bro. What is this team I'm watching? Are the Giants going to win this game? Boo-boo shit Schuster with the drop on a wide open pass from Mahomes that would have helped get them in the field goal position. But illegal contact is going to give them an automatic first down. So for now, they've been bailed out like they were in jail. But, yo, Garcelle, per usual, comes with it with the vivid imagery and the roast. It's definitely almost Jackson Dart time, man. Young Ho, where you at? Young way, cool. Hot cream mustard are 3 words I've never heard in succession. It's hilarious in sequence. It's so funny. The Chiefs are broken. This is the invasion of the body snatcher. Mahomes looks so lost. Abdul Carter's chasing him. He's about to load up a Hail Mary all the way to the end zone. Nope, he gets it to about the 10. And they're going to call the interference and give them the ball on the 10-yard line. Drew Phillips, damn. My boy just hit the Noah Brown interception call. Y'all just hit the Noah Brown interception call. We needed this W. Rio, you see Willie throw 4 tubs on the couch. Caleb, shout out to my boy Caleb, Ben Johnson, doing the Lord's work on a Sunday afternoon. Caleb said, y'all better remember I went number 1, baby. Y'all better remember, I don't need to see that when you come to Washington week 6 when we put the All Blacks on. Speaking of All Blacks, I got to get me a nice little fitted black jersey before we play on the day before my birthday. I got to get me a nice little fit to get suited and booted before that game. Mahomes threw up the ultimate YOLO ball prayer, and the Giants just bailed him right out of that shit. A 50-yard penalty, bro. Backyard Mahomes looking like Caleb. Mahomes rolling out, going for the end zone. Nada. Just kick the field goal. Y'all not scoring a touchdown. Hey, dog. Y'all wilding. I'm not reading that out loud, but y'all wilding, bro. Y'all wilding, dog. Oh, man. The Chiefs look absolutely broken, man. They look absolutely freaking broken. They're kicking a field goal right now. Matt Gay. I guess we can close this one out talking about the kicker. He did make 2 of 3 field goals. He did leave 3 points on the board. He did kick a freaking kickoff out of bounds today. He's not good at kickoffs. He's inconsistent at kicks, but he shot himself some bail. He shot himself some bail, making a 50-plus yarder, man. A 50-plus yarder. He lives to see another day. And that contract is keeping him firmly with no competition on the roster. Yo, my man was wilding, bro. Gay talk. Y'all trying to get my channel stripped of all of its access. I love y'all, man. I missed y'all today. I'm not going to hold y'all. I missed y'all. I missed doing the watch party. I was going to attempt to go live from the stadium, but not even the Wi-Fi Lake gave me at the stadium would have allowed me to do so. I couldn't even send a tweet off in time. I sent a tweet out of the Mariota touchdown. That bitch posted in the second quarter. I put a tweet out of Jalen Lane's touchdown. That shit ain't posted till we got in the car and left the stadium. So just to tell, unless they give me like the real Wi-Fi I'm not supposed to have access to, there's not a chance in hell I can go live from that stadium until I get some equipment and come with a mobile router and some more stuff. And we're not built for all that right now. So we back at it with the watch parties next weekend. You know the vibrations on the channel. Tomorrow's Victory Monday. We back in here around noon, 1 o'clock, Victory Monday stream. Tuesday, Victory Tuesday / transition to week 4 with Lake Lewis Jr. Game preview at some point this week. Commanders Kings at some point this week. NFC East Roundtable on Tuesday night on the NFC East Roundtable from Roundtable Sports Channel. Week full of content, and the positive vibes are back. The feeling has been restored, and victory is back on our side. I will have a vlog out for y'all for everything sights and sounds, from pregame to tailgate to a lot of the stuff that took place on the field today. Taylor Swift sucked the life out of Kelsey. The life out of that team is gone. Their witch magic now resides in Philadelphia, Pennsylvania. But more importantly, Washington are main characters again, and we whooped ass without our star quarterback, and they kept the main thing, and let Mariota had his day. Appreciate all of y'all for rocking with the boy. I will be back for a full week of content. We're not sick. We're back. You'll see me all week, and we're going to be getting Jaden Daniels statuses, and we're going to be playing Where's Waldo with his injury report all week. Until next time, let's hear one more word from our sponsors on the way out the door. I love all of you. Have a blessed Sunday night. We back for Victory Monday tomorrow.
Sleeper is the #1 fantasy sports app. It pays to know sports. Pick more or less on top players. Your first pick is on us, so start winning now. Play in Texas, Georgia, Minnesota, and 27 more states. Pick anytime across all sports, pregame or live. Over 10 million players are already on Sleeper. Make your picks count. Score up to 1,000 times your cash. Join today. Get up to $100 credit using code RIO91. Call your shot on Sleeper.